Man, I don't broke this thing. Golly. Turn this down before I get a copyright. Have anybody out there? Super Bowl Sunday, man. Where y'all at? Damn, this thing is fucked up. Okay, hope I don't get a copyright. That's the only thing I hate about this YouTube shit. You can't even play music. Man, I guess ain't nobody out there in the world. Where everybody at in the meta world? Okay, anybody out there? Damn. Chill down. Man, I don't broke this damn visor. If anybody's watching, that's why this thing's hanging. This is gonna be expensive. They're gonna probably try to charge me an arm and a leg. This little bracket right here. I don't know how I did that. God damn, man. It's always something, I tell you. I don't even know if the comments is on this thing. Oh, who's that? I'm driving, so I can't read that well. What's up, bro? What does it say? Oh, man, everything went well on the trip. Man, yeah, I got back yesterday, man. Yeah, we flew, yeah, it went well, man. The team didn't do that well. I'll tell you that right now. Shit, went 1-4. Yeah, the pitching, man, it's just, our pitching is definitely lacking. We got like 4 pitchers, but they all about the same. We don't really have that one dominant pitcher. So it's like, but then they just keep the pitchers in too long, be walking all kind of batters and shit. And then every game we start off like, so the first game we lost 11-10. Then the second game we won 9-7. And then the third game on Saturday we lost 3-0. And then the fourth game we lost, damn, man, like something like 18-11 or some shit like that. And then the last game we lost 5-3. So we didn't really do that good as a team. My daughter did pretty decent though. She had a pretty good weekend. But man, I'm telling you right now, Texas is crazy, man. Man, we flew into Dallas Love Airport. I like Dallas Love a little better than DFW. DFW is a nightmare. It's super big, and you gotta damn, take these glasses off. You gotta this visor is broke, man. That's why it's hanging. This thing just broke, man. I ain't even get into that though. But anyway, yeah, that Love Airport, that's not bad. Like, you know, I flew in a bunch of airports. I've been all over Texas. I flew into Hobby, George Bush, you know, DFW many times. I flew into San Angelo, but I ain't never flown to Love. Love's pretty decent though. Let me see here. I'll shout out to everybody. Yeah, shout out to Alert Zone. What's going on, everybody? Dr. T, Osama. Damn, everybody up in this mug. Okay. Tactical D. Okay. What's up, gun brother? Okay. The drug is how them Steelers looking for 2026. Steelers looking like shit because we hired the worst coach in the NFL. Fucking Mike McCarthy, piece of shit ass. Man, I can't believe we did that. How we go from having 3 coaches in the history of our franchise, Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin, and then you reach down in the fucking gutter and grab Mike McCarthy. Man, I would have just escalated an assistant coach or something like that, like how New England usually does it. You see Mike Vrabel, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't even want to talk about that. But yeah, I got my Steelers stuff on because it's Super Sunday. You know, we still Sixburg. We still got 6 titles. Ain't like they going away. The 6 titles still in the Rooney office. You know what I'm saying? We still Sixburg. We just got to retool everything, get it back going again. But I don't know. I like Seattle in this one right here because I hate the Patriots because you know they owned us when Belichick and Brady was there. We could not get past New England for the life of us. But yeah, I definitely got Seattle on this one. I'm telling you right now, I like Seattle on this one, and it's gonna be more of a Seattle fan base in Levi Stadium today because y'all got to remember Richard Sherman played at Stanford. Richard Sherman played at Stanford, and Sam Darnold played at USC. Marshawn Lynch played at Cal, and he played on Seattle. So, you know, all the alumni of the Seattle Seahawks players, the Legion of Boom and Marshawn and all those cats going to be up there. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn lives in the Bay Area. He's from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Sherm still lives in Seattle, I think. But, yeah, they going to all be up at the game. You can believe that. The Legion of Boom and that. I'm sure Pete Carroll old ass going to be somewhere up there. Yeah, it's going to be a Seattle home base for sure. Let me see what we got going on. What's up, everyone? I'm talking to Seahawks as well. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know who going to win. I mean, because if you made it to the Super Bowl, you obviously you did enough. And I'm not going to just discredit Mike Vrabel. He's a hell of a coach. And I'm not going to just discredit, like, they just can't give Seattle a hell of a game. They're going to give Seattle a run for their money. It's really going to come down, to me, it's going to come down to can Drake May or any wide receiver beat man coverage on Seattle, and can they run the ball? Because if they can't run the ball, this game is going to be over quick. No way. Drake May does not. He can't throw the ball 55 times expect to win a Super Bowl. They got to have a good running game to even come close to keeping this game close. So I'm gonna pay attention to the running game, and I'm gonna pay attention to field position, meaning that, like, you know, are they gonna kick field goals or are they gonna try to go for it? Because I'm gonna go back with the old school way of football I grew up. You got to pick when you got a chance to put points on the board in a big high stake game like the Super Bowl. You got to take the points, man. You don't, like, 4th and 1 on the 15-yard line. I don't give a fuck how much momentum you got going. Kick the field goal. So we're gonna see what coach is gonna do the right thing at the right time when it matters, because it's gonna come down to coaching, but it's gonna come down to playmaking too, though. And that's why I like Seattle. I think they got a few more playmakers than New England, but it's gonna be a good game. So I got Seattle winning it 31-27. I go with that. Hit that like button. What's up, Dr. T? I see you. Yes, indeed. Hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you still subscribe, man, because, you know, YouTube be taking away subscriptions. Now, I'm trying to tell you, a lot of new gun tubers are starting to back up. I've been saying this for a while. Then you go check your subscription, and all of a sudden it's down. It's like, man, so make sure you still subscribe. Because somebody I watched the other day, I was like, damn, I ain't even getting notification. And I went see if I was subscribed, and I wasn't. It was this cat named Capo, Kappo. He does like FRTs, and he got his own land. He like 2A Ninja them. They got land and stuff. So he be out there shooting. I saw a short or something by 2A Ninja with him in it. And I said, damn, I ain't seen blood. I ain't seen homie in a while. So I went by his channel, and sure enough, nope, it wasn't subscribed, man. Reason why I'm not looking at y'all because I'm driving, but, you know, so I gotta stay safe first. I'm a new subscriber over the past few weeks. I love your content, bro. Man, I appreciate you saying that. Who was that? Artillery? I can't really read and look, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, you had to hit a troll. You hit a troll. Okay, get him out of here, Dr. T. Yeah, get the trolls out of here. Yeah, I mean, like you said, if you like, I think the alert zone said this: if you ain't really being trolled, then you really ain't really. I'm not saying you're not doing a good job, but you ain't really there yet. Once you start getting people coming in with foolishness and acting crazy and weird ass, like crazy ass stuff, then you know you kind of out there in the algorithm. Like, you know, people know your channel is, because clearly if they gonna come out, waste all their time to say something stupid, they don't have a life, and they. My name wasn't even Eisner Tactical. I was Mark Breezy 24, and basically I was just a coach. And so a lot of my old videos, if you go through way in the back in the beginning, you hear me talk about softball all the time, and you hear me talking about going on these tournaments and road trips and flying here, flying there. I mean, we spend a lot of miles. If anybody got kids that play travel sports, soccer, basketball, whatever, man, they'll tell you, boy, it's a lot of money and it's a lot of miles you put on. Because, and like, if you how we do in California, I don't know. I'm learning down here in Louisiana. A lot of these softball out here, they don't really get out. They kind of stay right around their little state. But in California, you travel all over the state, but you also travel out of state. And so your kids get to see a lot of the country, a lot of the state, a lot of the West Coast. You know, so my daughter feels pretty blessed because some of her teammates are from the South, and they've never really, like, her roommate is one of our better players on our team, and she's from Alabama, and she was telling Aaliyah like how she never even played out of the state of Alabama for travel ball. She only went to Florida one time, and I was like, damn. And so that's why they don't play against stiff competition. That's why the girls out of Southern California and Texas, they do everything big there. Like all the sports are big in Texas. So, but yeah, man, that's somehow I started my whole that YouTube stuff. I was coaching softball, man. I ain't no motherfucking gun tuber. Like, I'm a gun tuber now, but I just do it for content. But my heart is coaching. I get more satisfaction out of coaching young kids and helping young kids develop to be good student athletes. That's one of my main things that I like to do. My daughter she was sitting right now, and she would tell you that, like, no, I don't give a shit about none of that stuff, man. Like, I get a way bigger kick of teaching a kid how to hit a rise ball, or how to field a pop fly, or, you know, how to slide into a base. You know, I get a lot of energy like that. And my granddaughter, she's pretty good. Like, you should see I'll show y'all some videos next time. I'll put a video up later on next week of my youngest granddaughter. She's like, I think she's like 8 years old, 9 years old. No, she's 8. And she's a pitcher. I got her into pitching. Man, she out here striking kids out. Y'all think I'm lying, man. I ain't capping, dude. Like, her last game, she struck out 6 kids, 6 strikeouts, and she only pitched 3 innings. So you got to figure, you know what I'm saying? She got 9. She gave up 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, a ground ball, and another ground ball. She only faced 9 batters. And the other team was like, well, why is she so good? Like, you know, and then she's tall, but she's still young. Like, she just turned 8. And these people be thinking that she's like older and stuff. Man, wait till I show you. She's skinny. She's kind of tall, but she's hella funny. Like, she's very competitive. Like, she's like, Grandpa, I struck them all out. I was like, I saw. She said, I struck them all out. I was like, all of them? She said, most of them. I was like, okay, there you go. You know, so yeah. Screen is blurry. I can't barely see you, my friend. Okay, well, shit. I don't know what to say. Is the screen blurry for everybody else? It's pixelated. Your stream is super blurry. Okay, well, let me stop it and start it all over again.